This is the actual levee that runs along the canal on the eastern side of the city. And when the hurricane hit, the water came through the canal at such force it was apparently too much. You can see the massive breach here. And when you look around the corner, you can see what the water did to the lower 9th Ward. It completely destroyed neighborhoods.
Wetlands are one of the most productive ecosystems in the world. They produce many natural products, including fish, shellfish, cranberries, blueberries, timber, and wild rice, as well as medicines derived from wetland soils and plants. Many of the nation's fishing and shellfishing industries harvest wetland-dependent species, which is valued at $15 billion a year. Louisiana's coastal marshes produced an annual commercial fish and shellfish harvest rate that amounted to 1.2 billion pounds, or $244 million in 1991. Wetlands are habitats for fur bearers like muskrat, beaver, and mink, as well as reptiles such as alligators. The nation's harvest of muskrat pelts alone is worth over $70 million annually, according to the Environmental Protection Agency. In 1993, Maine's commercial fish harvest topped $252 million. In 2005, seagrass communities throughout the state of Florida supported a commercial fish and shellfish harvest of $109 million. Wetlands have important filtering capabilities for intercepting surface water runoff from higher dry land before the runoff reaches open water. In performing their filtering function, wetlands save us a great deal of money. For example, a study conducted in 1990 showed that without the Congaree Bottomland hardwood swamp in South Carolina, the area would need a $5 million wastewater treatment plant. Wetlands act as natural sponges that trap and slowly release surface water, rain, snowmelt, groundwater, and floodwaters. This natural water storage lowers flood heights and reduces erosion. The holding capacity of wetlands helps control floods and prevents waterlogging of crops. Preserving and restoring wetlands together with other water retention can often provide the level of flood control otherwise provided by expensive dredge operations and levees. Louisiana's Department of Wildlife and Fisheries estimates that currently over 63 acres of coastal wetlands have been demolished or chopped by the now ubiquitous nutria.
An expert who looked at the video today says while the barge may have caused it, it was most likely the sheer force of the water that brought the levee along the lower 9th Ward down.
The entire 9th Ward was flooded, and up to 70 people died. The earliest versions were natural ridges of earth built up over thousands of years by sediment in the Mississippi. When the French first came here in 1718, they built on that high ground, then began to drain the swampland and raise 3-foot-high earthworks to protect their reclaimed land. For the next 100 years, the city kept expanding, building more and bigger levees, but it also began to sink. As water was drained out of the wet soil below and more weight piled on top, the ground subsided. The city has fallen roughly 2 feet every 50 years and as much as 10 feet in places. A giant bowl ringed around by protective levees. And if the levees fail, like they did during Katrina, the bowl fills up and New Orleans drowns.